It's Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. It's 6:30 p.m., and this is a regular meeting of the Governing Board of the Catalina Foothills School District. On behalf of the Governing Board, I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. Members of the public are attending both in person and remotely through YouTube Live. In a few minutes, I will read the rules of order for public comment at Governing Board meetings. If you wish to make a comment remotely, you should have signed up using the Google form that's available under the YouTube Live description. If you don't see the link to that form, you can refresh your YouTube live stream. If you're attending in person and you wish to make a public comment, please fill out this purple sheet, which is on the table where you signed in when you came into the room, and then hand that purple sheet to our board secretary, Ms. Sands. I would invite you now all to please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Governing Board welcomes public comments at its meetings by providing two opportunities for the public to address the board. If your topic of interest is not on the agenda, you may address the board during the public comments time slot near the beginning of the meeting. Or if the topic is on the agenda, you may speak just prior to the discussion of that agenda topic. If you're joining remotely and wish to make a public comment, you should have already submitted the Google form provided with the YouTube link. And again, the purple sheet needs to be filled out if you're attending in person. The information that is requested on these forms is required for our meeting minutes. Speakers will be called upon when it is their turn to address the board. For those attending remotely, you may wish to enable your camera, but as a reminder, please do unmute your microphone when you are called upon. Each speaker has 3 minutes to address the board. The sound of a buzzer indicates the end of your 3 minutes. In the event of a large number of speakers, the board may limit that time so that we can conduct the business that is on the agenda. By law, the board cannot discuss, consider, or vote on topics that are not on the agenda. This assures the community that they are aware of the topics that will be discussed. If you wish to discuss a topic through written communication, board members' contact information can be found on the district's website. We appreciate the community's attendance and comments at this meeting. Item 1.4 on our agenda is our super volunteer recognition. It's one of the type of things that this board truly enjoys doing as we get to shine a spotlight on our community members that really help fulfill the mission of our school district. And for presentation of our super volunteer recognition this evening, I call upon board member Jacqueline Dabley.
Do you want to come on up or stay in the audience? It's up to you. It is a little strange to stand up here, I will admit. Hello. Thank you to everyone for coming tonight as we welcome Mr. David Johnston, Ventana Vista Super Volunteer. As I was reading the nomination letter Dr. Dahlman, Ventana Vista principal, submitted, one word kept continually coming to my mind: community. Community has many definitions, but I'd like to think one of the most applicable to this recognition is the following: a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, or goals. Such a feeling can transcend a geographic location to instead encompass a shared sense of purpose and care for those around us, a utilization of our individual time that betters the lives of those we know and those we do not. It is this sense of community that Dave embodies. With 2 children at Ventana Vista, one in 4th grade and one in kindergarten, Dave began his volunteer journey in the robotics classroom when his oldest was in kindergarten. When asked by the teacher, Mr. MC, That's you? Okay. To help flip over a new robotics table he was building, Dave quickly realized how many tables remained to be assembled. And he did what one does when they have the ability and foresight to want to help make things better for their community. He went home, got his own tools, and returned to help get the job done. As those of us who are able to volunteer regularly know, the smallest actions often are the first steps to the full embrace of service to their community. Indeed, Dr. Dahman notes, that initial act of generosity quickly turned into Dave helping Mr. MC build an entire set of robotics tables for his classroom, setting the tone for the next 5 years of unwavering support. Dave's commitment to his children's school and the Ventana Vista community in the robotics classroom is demonstrated in the time he so willingly gives. Over the years, he has sorted tens of thousands of Lego pieces, and my hands are cramping just thinking about it, organized kits for classroom robotics and first Lego League teams, volunteered in the robotics room, and ensured there are perfectly laid out robotics mats and models ready for instruction. He has not only facilitated learning in the classroom and created an inviting learning environment, he has also saved Mr. MC hours of work, which helps his community because it helps the teacher focus more fully on instruction and deeper learning for students. But Dave does even more for the community than only Lego organizing and robotics. And I shouldn't just say Lego because I was looking at our immense Lego collection the other day in our storage room, and it's insane. He has taken on all sorts of jobs, such as campus beautification and all the heavy labor that can involve, and volunteering in kinder classrooms for gingerbread house construction, which I'm sure is one of your favorite things because it's so cute. More than a volunteer, he shares his enthusiasm for sports with the Ventana Vista community, building bonds with those around him. The principal notes he is consistently willing to help and approaches doing so with a positive attitude and generous spirit. Unsurprisingly, he does not give so freely of himself for recognition. He does it because he genuinely cares about the Ventana Vista community, to which he and his sons and the students and families around him belong. Before I close, I just want to say that I did laugh out loud at Dr. Dahman's reality check about Dave's extraordinary Lego organizing skills. I'd hazard a guess a large number of us have experienced the exquisite sensation of stepping barefoot on a Lego piece, and we also know those pieces can get everywhere and sneak up on us at the most inopportune times. So when she wrote of being fairly certain that if Dave stepped on a tiny Lego piece in the middle of the night, he wouldn't even yell and instead just go straight to telling you the exact part and kit to which it belongs before turning on the light, I truly understood his commitment. That is a lot of Lego organizing. As Dr. Dahman writes in her nomination letter, and this is a direct quote, Dave Johnston is exactly the kind of person the Super Volunteer Award was created to honor. He embodies the spirit of service, generosity, and commitment that makes Ventana Vista Elementary such a special place to learn and grow. His impact on Ventana Vista Elementary extends far beyond the hours he volunteers. His consistent presence, willingness to step in wherever help is needed, and genuine care for students and staff make him an extraordinary asset to our school community. He exemplifies the highest ideals of volunteerism through his selflessness, reliability, and dedication to student learning. Quite honestly, we are not sure what we would do without him. Dave Johnston, on behalf of the governing board and the CFSD community at large, to which we all belong, thank you for demonstrating such care and commitment for your Ventana Vista community. And in recognition, we have a little, and we're going to ask Dr. Dahman to come up. And the keychain. Yes, it's actually, I love my keychain. So your nomination letter and what my remarks. So I'll turn it over to Dr. Dahman.
I just want to say thank you so much for all the hours. I think I was calculating them in my head one night and going, oh my gosh, because it's at least an hour every day. And then you're like, oh, I haven't made it this week, but you always make up for it. I appreciated you on the spot when I said, can you drive a staff member's car? And you did. So the impact you have on our entire community, as the letter stated, it's every child at Ventana Vista. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you again.
I think we're going to get some pictures now so we can shine a bigger spotlight on you in our border newsletter.
What do you boys think? Your dad's pretty great, huh?
They knew that.
Would you like? Oh, that's really nice.
Perfect.
Jacqueline. Jacqueline needs to get in there. Excuse me. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you to the Johnston family, to Dr. Dahman, and to Mr. MC, all for coming out on an evening after school. We appreciate all of you. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is public comments. I'll just take a second. I don't see anyone who signed up remotely. If you are on remotely and wish to make a public comment, please get that Google form submitted right away. I have not received any purple sheets, so I'm just going to give it another 10, 15 seconds or so, and then close public comments.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Okay.
Seeing no one having indicated a desire to make a public comment, we will move on to our consent agenda. Does any board member have any item that they would like to pull for further discussion?
I do not.
Okay, then I will entertain a motion.
I move that the governing board approve consent agenda items 3.1, the governing board January 13th, 2026 regular meeting minutes as presented, 3.2, the expense voucher memorandum as presented, 3.3, the field trip request memorandum as presented, 3.4, the fundraising request memorandum as presented, 3.5, the personnel memorandum as presented, 3.6, the acceptance with gratitude of the gifts and donations memorandum as presented. 3.7, the adoption of fees for tax credit eligible activities as presented. This action also grants authority to waive the assessment of all or part of any fee if it creates an economic hardship for the family. 3.8, the terms and conditions for the acceptance of monies from the School Facilities Building Renewal Grant Fund for BRG project number BRG-007926 for the replacement of an air conditioning unit at Orange Grove Middle School in the estimated amount of $50,000 as presented. 3.9, the terms and conditions for the acceptance of monies from the School Facilities Building Renewal Grant Fund for BRG project number BRG-007937 for the replacement of elevators at Catalina Foothills High School in the estimated amount of $1,200,000 as presented. 3.10, the terms and conditions for the acceptance of monies from the School Facilities Building Renewal Grant Fund for BRG project number BRG-007959 for the replacement of a hot water boiler at Ventana Vista Elementary School in the estimated amount of $225,000 as presented. 3.11, the School Facilities Division award to Progressive Roofing for change order 1 for for an increase in material costs and change order 2 for additional costs for the re-roofing project at Sunrise Drive Elementary School in the amount of $115,347.40 as presented. And 3.12, the award to Kittle Design and Construction for a new ADA sidewalk and building improvements and relocation of a drinking fountain at Canyon View Elementary School in the amount of $172,748.
Thank you. There's been a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
I'd just like to give Tom the award for the longest ever consent.
Oh my gosh, I know, no kidding.
Wondering.
Hey, it takes a long time to talk about how many,
About $2 million?
2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5 grants for almost $2.1 million. So our gratitude goes out to our district facilities personnel that secure those dollars. Makes a huge difference. For our unfinished business this evening, item 4.1 on our agenda is the approval of revisions to high school courses and programs for 2026-2027. This is a second reading on for potential action item. And we turn to our Executive Director of Curriculum and Assessment, Cheryl Castro, to present this agenda item.
We got the wheels back.
We got our
Good
wheels,
evening.
yeah, we have our wheels back. Thank you. Wow, did we get a new mic too? Feeling loud.
It is loud.
Presented for your approval tonight are the proposed revisions to high school courses and programs for the 26-27 school year. The clarifications and changes that we discussed the last time we met are highlighted in yellow in your board memo. So we'll start with the academic recognition awards. The students must earn the required GPA in both semesters, 4.0 or above for silver, 3.75 to 3.99 for blue, in order to be eligible for this award. Previously, we talked about how both semesters were averaged. You had asked if these were weighted or unweighted grades. I double-checked, they're weighted, and that's how it's listed in the course guide and in the counseling information as well. For peer classroom mentors, we had that good discussion that resulted in some good changes here. The proposal is that students with a GPA of 2.0 or higher may enroll as peer classroom mentors. Previously, a GPA of 2.5 or higher was required for this role. And we took your very good advice. We talked about it with the counseling team, and we added a sentence, the one that we talked about, where the students have to possess a specific skill set in order to be accepted as a peer classroom mentor. I highlighted that in the course description for you. Peer classroom mentors must demonstrate the content understanding and academic skills necessary to effectively support students in their assigned classroom. We also added your suggestion to say a 2.0 higher GPA and teacher permission. And you had also asked if their requests are ever denied. They are. Sometimes a student might ask to be a mentor, but because it might be due to a lack of skills in the class that they want to mentor in, or more commonly, if a student has some academic difficulties, perhaps they have course credit that they need to make up in Course Emporium, and they need to be guided toward that. And so the counselors take care of that. There are structures in place, in other words, to make sure that students who need to consider a different option are considering that option. And I think that was the only question on that one. Did you have other questions for follow-up? That was the one we talked about the most. I talked to Randy Collier, and she said to pass along her thanks for those questions. I think it's made better now.
That's very kind of you. Thank you very much for the additional work in that section.
It's better now. It's good.
And Cheryl, the teacher permission is obviously the teacher who'd be receiving the mentor's
Yes.
work in the classroom.
Yeah, so what happens is at the beginning of the year, the teachers fill out a Google form indicating which periods they would like to have peer mentors in. And then the counselors talk with students who have indicated a request for a particular area or areas, and then they match the two up. The process is that the students have to go talk to the counselors before they talk to the teachers. So they're trying to train the teachers to make sure to send the students back to the counselors first so that they can have these important conversations about what the best choices are for the students. All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is that under the academic recognition awards, it said previously both semesters were averaged to determine eligibility. So in theory, a student could be with, under this, silver in one semester and blue in the other, instead of, or am I interpreting this correctly?
Well, it's for the year, and so if a student doesn't reach the criteria for the silver award, they'll be earning the blue award if they reach that benchmark.
Okay. But if they earn the silver award in one semester,
They get a 4.0
Yes,
in one semester and a
semester one.
375 in the.
They must earn the required GPA in both semesters. So if they want to
Okay.
earn the 4, if they want to earn the silver, they have to earn a 4 in both semesters. If they want to earn the blue, they have to earn the 3.75 to 3.99 in both semesters.
Okay.
So if they earned a 3.75 and a 4, they have a blue.
gotcha, thank you.
Other questions about those first two? Those were the ones we talked most about.
Looks like we're good.
All right, let's move on to the career and technical education, early childhood education 1, 2, and 3. I had forgotten to put in the course titles and the credits, so I added those. Nothing else has changed about that. The students are still getting PCC credit for ECE 117, EDU 200, ECE 125, EDU 206, and ECE 108. And I've listed the course titles and the credits there. A student has a potential to earn up to 15 credits if they take all 3 years, 15 credits at PCC. And
Do you find that part of the appeal to these classes is the dual enrollment?
students are very interested in dual enrollment classes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, it's a draw. Let's move on to Spanish 1 and 2. These courses.
Just one other really quick question about CTE in general, since we're on CTE. If we get funding for our students who enroll in individual CTE classes, whether they complete the pathway or not, correct? How does that work?
The funding formula is a little bit more complicated than that. And
Okay.
it's the first year, students have to be completers in order to earn their funding, their full funding. Theater, for example, in Theater 1, that's not a funded course, and so the district has always underwritten the cost of that particular course. And so what we try to do is not limit students' options and choices just based solely on the CTE funding. We want students to take theater, for example, level 1. And so the way to do that is to make sure that we are underwriting the cost of that particular course. Otherwise, the CTE director is saying, I'm not getting any funding for that, but then it wouldn't make sense for her not to push for that because this program would never get off the ground without level 1.
But like for the ECE, there's 3 classes.
Mm-hmm.
We get funding for those classes, whether they've done all 3 classes or not, correct? Like if you're just in an ECE 1 and then you don't take any of the other ones.
Some, I don't feel comfortable giving a yes, no, because I know that the different programs they've talked to me about, some all 3 years are funded, some 2 years are funded, some the 2 years and the completers are funded. It's a little bit more complicated, yeah.
Usually we're not getting full funding. We are getting some, but maybe not full funding. Correct. Thank you.
Sure. Spanish 1 and 2. These course descriptions were updated as a result of our curriculum refresh last year and the year before. They were updated to emphasize the role of cultural competence as an essential component of our language program. While the academic standards and the language proficiency targets remain exactly the same, the revised descriptions reflect a stronger focus on cultural understanding and real-world communication as students develop their Spanish skills. And I included those course descriptions there for you. Small ensemble, that course description had one minor change, minor yet important. because students didn't understand that those who would like to begin learning an instrument or learn an additional instrument can be involved in our beginning small ensembles, and so the performing arts team asked that that be included. Fit Fusion, we talked about as well, how the terms that they were using in that previous description have been updated to our current context of what physical fitness means. And so this course was previously titled Cardio Fitness, and although the academic standards remain the same, and this course description and course title have been updated to reflect an emphasis on cardiorespiratory fitness and overall fitness rather than just cardiovascular fitness. The updated title and description highlight varied training experiences to reflect a more comprehensive and contemporary approach to fitness. And then the last one was also a PE change, Lifetime Sports and Fitness. This course may be taken once per year or more with teacher approval. We talked about how this was because it's a fairly popular course and they were trying to give more students more opportunities to take it. So it doesn't mean that a student cannot take the course twice, it's just that we have to watch the capacity. Those were all the changes this year.
Questions, comments? Are we comfortable moving? Go ahead, moving forward?
Appreciate you taking our comments from the previous session into account and coming back with changes.
As usual, they were good. They helped to make it better, so I appreciate you.
Appreciate that. You ready for a motion? Sure. I move the governing board approve the revisions to the high school courses and programs for implementation in the 2026-2027 school year as presented.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There has been a motion and a second to approve agenda item 4.1. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Item 5.1 on our agenda is a standing item that enables us to discuss any Arizona legislative or governmental activity that affects our work. I dare you.
Flurry of bills.
I dare you.
Yes, a flurry.
Hey, flurry. Nothing settled,
No,
just all out there.
but it was hypothesized that there would be fewer education bills because of the election year, but we don't find that to be true.
No. And the governor's proposed budget looks,
It's a great synopsis that you sent to us, thank you.
yes,
You're welcome.
That was very helpful.
it was.
Welcome. It's all contingent, of course.
Of course, they have passing a budget.
Well, on passing some 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
you know, and taking that huge expenditure out of the general budget, as it has been in years past.
Even if they pass that, we would have to vote on it pretty speedily.
Yes.
in November,
November.
right? Yeah, and then there would be a huge campaign to,
Yes.
we would hope that that would be supported. It's really critical
But
funding.
without that, many of her budget items
Right.
cannot move forward.
Any other comments on pending matters? Okay. For agenda planning tomorrow, it's Jacqueline and myself with Dr. Bartlett, 10 o'clock in person. And we'll talk about the next 2 meeting agendas,
February 10th and 27th?
February 10th and
24th.
27th.
24th. 10th and 24th.
Typically, we would be arriving at our adjournment portion of it's a very short meeting tonight, but we do have an executive session, and what that means to those of you in our audience and to those who may be watching online is that momentarily there'll be a motion to move into executive session where we're going to discuss a matter in a closed meeting. No action will be taken in that meeting, or we will simply come out, and the video is going to turn off at that point. When our executive session concludes, there will be a motion to adjourn this meeting, and that's the only thing that will happen after our executive session. So, I think there's nothing but a motion, and then we'll take a few minutes to reorganize before our executive session begins.
I move that the governing board approve to move into executive session for the discussion of security or safety pursuant to ARS Section 38-431.03A9 as presented.
Is there a second?
A second.
There's been a motion and a second to move into executive session. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the matter passes 5-0, and we will clear the room and then resume, or commence our executive session.
Thank you.
Are you here for a badge? Do you have a